There are a few key internal barriers to taking immediate action that most people struggle with. As you've heard most of your idols say, success requires massive action. So if you're dealing with one or more of these barriers, they could be keeping you stuck and your results stagnant. The barriers I most commonly see are overcomplication, perfectionism, and a general lack of clarity about your desired outcome. To be respectful of your time, I'll only be discussing overcomplication in this video, how it looks in the real world, and how to attack it immediately so you can take action. The remaining obstacles to taking action will get their own videos. Let's get right into it. Overcomplication looks like this: planning too much or too many steps ahead without executing or gathering information via practice. It's when people have not gotten up off the bench and are trying to figure out how to hit a 90-mile-per-hour fastball out of a professional stadium. That is hard, especially if your current skills and abilities are capped at barely being able to consistently hit off a tee. This is not a knock on people who are getting started. We are all getting started at something. However, this is a knock on the people who think they can analyze a complex problem from the bench and come up with a solution in their brain that will allow them to skip all the years and decades of training it took everyone else to hit that fastball out of the park. So what can we do? Start by asking, what problem am I trying to solve? You'll get an answer. Then assess that answer with, is there something actionable I can do right now to start solving this problem? If no, then break up the problem into smaller, simpler subcomponents or smaller sub-problems. If yes, then figure out the smallest possible action you can take right now to start solving the problem. Then take the action. So what does this look like in the real world? If you're a beginner at playing baseball, you may see your idols crushing homers off pro pitchers. So you may say, my problem is I can't hit a pro fastball out of the park. Quick analysis may tell you that this is a future problem, which in reality requires you to solve more current problems. You want to shoot the alligator closest to the boat. The fastball home run off a pro pitcher is not the closest gator for beginners. Your closest gator may be one of the following: needing to get better at hitting off a tee. You may need to buy a bat. You may need to join a team. You might need a practice schedule. You may need to get stronger to swing more effectively. You may need to work on swing mechanics because you're clumsy and new. All of those gators are closer to the boat for you. Pick one and take immediate action. Choose a practice time. Buy a bat. Register to join a team. Set an alarm for weight training in the morning. Immediate action means immediate. Do not wait until it's convenient. Convenience waits for no man. So what does overcomplication boil down to? It boils down to trying to solve a big, complex problem with one big, complex solution. It's like trying to take such a big poop that you never have to poop again. That is not how the world of pooping works. What are some common meta problems or big, complex problems that we overcomplicate and as a result don't take action on, since not everyone wants to be a pro baseball player? Losing weight, feeling more purposeful, getting rich, getting happy. All of these problems are made up of many small problems. These big problems are usually solved in approximately one of two ways. Way number one: catastrophic thing happens: divorce, death, job loss, etc. And this results in you changing a huge portion of your routine, environment, and relationships all at once. You use this huge shake of your internal and external snow globe to implement new behaviors and routines and start seeing new results, moving you towards the meta goal. Way number two: you analyze the sub-problems of the big problem. You take the big problem and break it into its smallest components, similar to what we did in the baseball analogy above. Choose one sub-problem that seems most important to solve immediately, think alligator closest to your boat, and then you hammer it with action immediately. You stay focused on it till it's solved, you try many solutions, measure your outputs and progress, reward good behavior, and eventually you make the problem not a problem anymore. This may not mean clobbering the alligator to death, it may just mean rowing until it's far enough away to not crawl in and say hi. For example, if a big problem is wanting to lose weight, a sub-problem could be having snack food in the house, so there's lots of possible solutions here. You may not need to go burn down all your local Walmarts and Aldis. Instead, you could hide the snack food in the back of a cabinet out of sight, or throw it in the trash, and not buy it in the future. Once snack food is not the closest gator to your boat, then you can look around and pick the next closest gator and solve that. It could be that you're not making a grocery list each week. Could be that you're eating out too often, not eating mostly whole foods, not exercising. You pick the next thing you feel is the closest gator, try a very simple action, and repeat it until you know if that action helped to solve the problem and get you to safety, or get you a little bit more safe. If it didn't work, then try the next simple solution. Keep removing or avoiding the gators until you are in the clear, aka you're losing weight and making progress towards your desired outcome. P.S. If a solution comes to you via social media or a guru, and it sounds too complicated for you to understand and do consistently for a long time, it's likely bullshit, or at least not the right bullshit for you. So in summary, get clear on what the problem is that you want to solve. What pain are you struggling with? What would make your life better? Decide if this is the real problem or if it's a big meta problem that needs to be broken down. Once you have a small problem that can be addressed immediately, then you'll begin to see solutions and immediate actions more clearly. Choose a solution that you are competent enough to start solving immediately. There's always a solution that you can start now if you simplify the problem into its most immediate and actionable sub-problems. If you can't think of the solution, then break it up even more. Everyone can throw Cheetos in the trash. Take action now. If you are at work and the Cheetos are at home, but you feel like junk food is the closest gator for you, then take out a notes app on your phone or a notepad on your desk and write down what you'll be throwing away when you get home. Then set an alarm for when you normally get home to remind you to chuck the Cheetos. Don't use the excuse of I can't do it right now, because there's always something you can do now, even if it's planning and setting alarms. Trying to solve overly complex problems with one complex solution is like trying to line up all the alligators in the water perfectly so you can kill them all with one shot. Sorry, gators. The best people simplify their big problems. They identify the closest possible threat and then they eliminate the threat. Over time, they figure out why the hell they're in gator-infested water and figure out how to get to land. But they do not ponder why they're in gator-infested water when one is crawling in the boat. They act to solve the problem immediately. You guys are all capable of taking immediate action and doing it consistently, yielding massive action. You got this. If you want to see more content like this, or if you want the full scripts and the blog posts that I put out for content like this, go ahead and join my Skool community. The link is in the description. Thank you guys for sticking with it till the end.